Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Virgo and Pisces on Saturdays. Also, for those of you who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Crystal Visions Tarot. And I was actually going to talk about that just now. This card is featured as a 79th card here in the deck. And essentially, it's called the Unknown card, and it talks about just that, embracing the unknown. So I'll get a little bit more into that when we're actually doing your reading. But I do want to mention that sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them. However, I only take cards that jump out like these ones have. And my goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards. And also, if they jump out in groups that are too big, I'll usually just put them back and continue to shuffle. But I'm just going to try to get you guys 1 or 2 more cards, and then we can get started on your reading. All right, Virgo, so I do want to let you guys know that in case the reading resonates with you guys, or if you just really enjoy the video, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here is the the 3 of Wands, right? I was looking over here, but the 3 of Wands is actually a really good energy to be in, because I think that for a lot of you guys, you've been sort of sitting around and planning on what your next move is in this particular situation. And when I see the 3 of Wands, I know that you guys have already taken action and are now waiting to see the results, right? So to me, the Ace of Wands, the 2 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands all kind of make up this little 3-step process of taking action, right? So whereas the Ace of Wands is a new beginning and you're sort of taking in that stimulus and taking inventory of the situation and seeing what it has in store for you, the 2 of Wands is you sitting down and actually formulating your plan and seeing what your options are, right? And then between the 2 and the 3 of Wands, you have the action actually taking place, and then you have the 3 of Wands, which is your moment of waiting to see what is going to happen now, right? Because the 3 of Wands is called, a lot of times people will describe it as waiting for your ships to come in. And I think that that's where you guys are at right now. You've now taken the action and you're waiting to see what results it yields. And I can see that you guys are very much putting work into this situation, because I see the 7 of Pentacles. Now, the 7 of Pentacles is a card about work and reward, right? So if you'll notice, this woman here is in sort of what appears to be a garden or a forest of some kind, right? And it's a little hard to tell on the video, but the tree here is yielding food to her, right? It's yielding fruit. And the thing about trees is that they have to have a certain amount of maintenance in order to thrive and survive, right? So this woman has to constantly be putting an effort into the situation in order to get that reward back. And I think that a lot of you guys are in situations like that. And I think that you guys are very, like, the stereotype of Virgos is that you guys are perfectionists and you really like to put in the work, right? And to some extent, you know, it is true. You guys like things to be well and orderly and organized. But I think that you guys are genuinely putting in the effort here because it's something that's truly important to you. And with this Unknown card, it's very interesting because the Unknown card, as I was talking about earlier, is about embracing the unknown. So the fact that it's in reverse almost leads me to believe that you guys are really minimizing the unknown. I don't think the unknown is necessarily a bad or a good thing for you guys. But I think that you guys just feel a little bit more comfortable when you know what cards you're playing with. And I don't necessarily think that there's anything wrong with that. And even just like the fact that you have the unknown card here in reverse sort of gives me the okay to tell you guys that it's okay to not stress out about things that you don't know. But also at the same time, like if you really want to know something, you have the right to know it. So just like take that with act accordingly. So if it's something very big that you feel that you need to know, then by all means seek out that information. But if it's something that's a little bit more trivial that you can live without knowing, I feel like there's other things that could probably use your attention a little bit more than that situation here with this Seven of Pentacles. But we have the Judgment card here and the Three of Cups. Now, this combination is very interesting to me because the Judgment card involves passing judgment. And sometimes the Judgment card can be associated with second chances, right? And I think that you guys might be dealing with some kind of an ex-lover or ex-partner of some kind, right? And I sense a twinge of cringe for you guys when I say that. And I know it's sometimes it's a little bit awkward or even unpleasant, but it's a fact of life. And to see the Three of Cups, which is the card of reunions, and the Judgment card, which talks about passing that judgment, I think that you guys are. The word that came to my mind was being proposed to. I don't think it's that extreme for a lot of you guys. I think that you guys are just seeing people come back. But certainly for some of you guys, you might have somebody who sort of comes back with a proposal. And I don't know how well that'll fly over with you guys, but certainly I'm sensing here that there's a level of you being in charge with this decision. And it's very interesting here because I see the Seven of Swords, right? Which would lead me to believe that this person is dishonest and maybe a bit toxic even, right? Because the Seven of Swords is often called the lying, cheating, stealing card. And I feel like you've just sort of been through all this before because you have the Judgment in the past. I feel like you've already passed Judgment. And the reunion card here, you can't reunite with somebody that you haven't met before. Like there's a history here, and I think that you've sort of been through all this before. You're getting a lot of sense of deja vu. But it's very interesting because you have the Four of Cups in reverse, right? So the Four of Cups is my card of dissatisfaction. It's the card of wanting more than what you have in the situation. So it's very interesting that it's in reverse because I would expect it to see it in the upright since you're sort of dissatisfied with this situation and you want to be treated not like this Seven of Swords person would treat you. But I feel like there's a little sense of really wanting to reunite with this person from your end as well. Currently we are in a Mercury retrograde, and oftentimes ex-partners will show up during these times. I usually don't like to date my readings, but I feel like this is very relevant for a lot of you guys right now. And it's very interesting because I see the Nine of Cups and I see the Seven of Cups in reverse. So it's almost like there's this interesting dichotomy between the Nine of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So I feel like the Nine of Cups here is sort of playing with the idea of the Seven of Cups in both positions. So it's like you want sort of this fantasy, letting your emotions and your imagination run wild. Like that's the outcome that you want, is sort of this perfect world. But I feel like you guys are, being very realistic. You are in your Seven of Cups in reverse energy. You're not fantasizing. You're not daydreaming. You're being very realistic and you have your feet firmly planted on the ground. And as a result, you're trying to get whatever it is that aligns with your wishes the most, that is the most realistic, right? Because I feel like your wishes are a little bit outlandish. I shouldn't say outlandish, are a little bit sort of on the unrealistic side, right? And probably what it is that this person will do a complete 180, and instead of the Seven of Swords, be the Seven of Swords in reverse, and just be completely honest and upfront with you. But I feel like this person is always going to have a tinge of this with them. So, like I was saying, act accordingly, and embrace the unknown, and at the same time ask questions, right? Asking questions is very important. In particular, and now that I've sort of talked about the rest of this energy, I think that you really should be trying to get to the bottom of things as much as you can, with the most important things as possible, because I feel like if you enter this connection with both feet on the ground, you're going to get your Nine of Cups regardless of what it looks like, right? Because sometimes we may want something and then we end up getting something even better. But I think that that's all up to you in a sense. But that was your reading first time around, Virgo. If you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Virgo readings on Saturday. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.